Stay tuned. We'll be talking about moon mining and the Moon Miners Manifesto.
I'm Pam Hoffman, Everyday Spacer.
And I'm Jeff Miller, CME Computer and IT Solutions.
At Everyday Spacer, we show regular folks how to personally and directly participate in space exploration, science, and astronomy. We're here on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific Time, 12 midnight Eastern Time, and 1 p.m. on Saturday in Hong Kong. But that will change soon. March 8th, we spring ahead. We change our times. Not everybody else does. We're broadcasting live from Thousand Oaks, California. Thank you so much for being here. You got a little cybersecurity news?
Yeah, the FBI is talking about, and this isn't something that will affect most of the people here. In fact, I would hazard to guess none of them. But someone figured out how to, quote, jackpot ATMs, unquote. Basically, they learned how to hack ATMs to just spit out money. Now they aren't connected to any account when they do this, so it's not like the money's going to come out of your account. Just one other.
Basically, they robbed the bank.
Yeah, they're robbing the bank. Yeah, they're just robbing money out of the physical.
So that means everyone will pay.
Yeah, but
not just you.
Yeah, so that's just bit of cybersecurity news there.
You want to say hi?
Hi, Dawn.
Hi, Dawn. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I actually found a piece of cybersecurity news myself. I was attending a training yesterday and I heard about something called OpenClaw. It is some new AI tool. Now, it sounds like it affects Apple only. It will take over your computer, though. It'll rearrange things. It'll connect itself to the internet, maybe. It could kick you out. I don't know. It sounded really crazy. And I would play the clip for you, but it's a whole Zoom group, and I don't have permission from everybody to run that.
Right.
But yeah, this sounds pretty. It sounds pretty cool. John Lembacher was telling us about it, and it was like, well, if you can't find a picture, you can. I forget what it was exactly, but put in a similar picture of them or something, and then find the one you're looking for. But it sounds like it comes with a lot of crap.
Yeah. And just so you know, one of the many computers that I do have an Apple computer, and it got an update last night. So I'm pretty sure they worked on that. Whether it's actually fixed or just partially fixed, we'll find out if there's a follow-up update.
And I see Cliff is here.
Yeah. Hi, Cliff.
Welcome, Cliff.
Pretty good about the announcement today at NASA. Yeah, sounds like you finally got the right guy running the program. Yeah.
I think so. We're going to have to watch that. It was very early here, so we didn't see it. And, of course, we were at the office all day. So, you want to go ahead and do this?
Okay. Tonight's episode is Moon Mining and the Moon Miners Manifesto. We'll be back in 8.3 seconds. There's a link to that book in the description. If you want a signed copy of the book, write pam@everydayspacer.com for details.
Awesome.
Can we really mine the moon? Tonight we'll do some digging into lunar mining, in-situ resource utilization, and the bold vision behind the Moon Miners Manifesto. We'll explore how water ice at the lunar South Pole could power the Artemis program, enable sustainable moon bases, and fuel deep space missions to Mars and beyond. What are the legal, economic, and ethical implications of space resource extraction? Who owns lunar resources? And how soon could a real moon economy begin? If you're passionate about NASA, space exploration, the space industry, Artemis, lunar bases, and the future of humanity in space, this live episode is for you.
We got a couple of comments I saw, so let's do that before.
Yeah, Don was agreeing with Cliff, saying that this is a much better path ahead. Yeah. And Roger, hi Roger.
Hey Roger.
Pam and
I saw something about that, but I didn't read the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yep.
Really appreciate
it. Hi,
that.
Janie.
Hey, Janie.
Yep.
And Janie heard the thing about OpenClaw too, so
yeah.
If you have any thoughts about that, Janie, drop it in the comments. We'd like to hear your thoughts too. I just mentioned that it was an interesting AI tool, but it might be a bit problematic.
Yeah.
So.
And Janie, my thinking is that mining the moon is the way we go beyond. We just can't lift enough stuff off the Earth to get out past there. Yeah, got to get there before the Chinese take it all. Exactly. And of all the space treaties, China has signed none of them. Therefore,
surprise.
Yeah. Therefore, they're expecting us to be bound by laws that don't affect them. JD says, open club beyond my safe capacity. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded kind of cool, but not great too.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with all the news surrounding Artemis, this is a great time to dig up a groundbreaking publication by Peter Cook and the Moon Society. I'm sharing before you say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know it's a little bit sketchy, so let's see. I think you can go ahead and share that. I'll go over there.
Okay, you want to share that?
Yes, please.
There you go.
Is that mine?
Yes,
nope,
that's yours.
It's not, because I just moved it.
just moved it.
Oh, okay, it is. It's just reacting slowly. So, of course, I did some digging into Moon Miners Manifesto by doing a search. And I actually remember this publication by getting some of them myself. I have a nice stack of them somewhere. And they do talk about the Moon Society being associated with it, as well as the National Space Society. Of course, Peter Cook was very involved with the National Space Society, as were a bunch of us at the time. Now, this publication, I thought, was still going, but the only thing I could find on any of it was 2023 and later. So if there's something going on, I don't know. There's also some confusion about the Moon Society, because there's something out there that I saw that said it was like started in 2000. I'm like, I think it's a different group, because the one that Peter Cook was involved with started in like the 80s. So either it's a different group or somebody playing with the timing, something like that. All right. So, of course, you've got a Wikipedia page for it. It is that big enough. Yeah, see, 2000. I'm like, no, this has been around for a lot longer than that. So I'm not sure what to think about this thing. It's a space advocacy organization founded in 2000, earlier, and dedicated to promoting large-scale human exploration, research, and settlement of the moon.
They're talking about Moon Society, not Moon Miners Manifesto.
Well, the Moon Society was
okay.
the organization that this grew out from. Oh, we got another comment, I think.
Yeah, Cliff had a couple.
Yeah.
He said, I bet they would use those laws against us. He's talking about China.
Absolutely. I can totally believe that.
But they won't be bound by those laws. Of course not. And they're not bound by laws anyway, apparently.
No. All righty. So I just wanted to mention the Moon Society, because that is kind of the fertile ground from which this publication grew. And it is a pretty neat group. I remember Peter Cook. I don't know if he's still around, because he was up there when I was involved with the National Space Society many, many years ago. So it's possible he is, or he's pretty far up there. All right. So I just wanted to show you that a stack of these is seen by some people as pretty valuable. And you see how thin it is? Let's see if we can get in there. Yeah, this was just a little tiny publication, maybe 20 pages, produced by the Moon Society. And so this is a nice, some nice pictures. Sadly, they're sideways, of what they look like. They're pretty rough. I mean, lots of pixelations here. You can't even, look at that. It was, the most important part about it was, however, the information and what they were doing to decide about how the things will go on the moon. Yeah, we got more comments.
Yeah, just, hi, Naomi.
Hey, Naomi, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So, yeah, and really, they were pretty rough and ready, but they were wonderful. They were wonderful because they were very groundbreaking. I mean, it was unbelievable the kinds of things that they were talking about. And I do have some of my own somewhere. I don't have a full bunch of years like that, I don't think, but I have a few years, I think. So here is a good place to find more, moonsociety.org. I'm going to just copy that, I guess, Moon Miners Manifesto, because they do have some stuff online that you can read for yourself. All right, let's see. Let me get that in the, whoops, way over here. Okay, hopefully that will be a clickable link, because sometimes they break. I think it's good. So, like, look at this. Since December 1986. So it's been around for quite some time. Been published semi-continuously since 86. Yeah, I think there were some years where, I mean, if it's all volunteers, it's the people working on it and what they're able to do. I mean, people get busy with family and jobs. But yeah, they tried to get about 10 out a year. I mean, look at this. Moon Miners Manifesto 303. Oh, did I go? Let me see if this is... I don't think I checked out this particular one. There it is. 50th anniversary of Apollo. So that would have made it 2019. Yep. And let's see.
But they'd had 300 issues, over 300 issues
Yeah.
at that point. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's how many years? That's over 10 times. That's 30 years. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a couple different places that you can kind of find. Yeah, look at this. Past issues, 1986 to 2017. Oh, I see. It was published by the Lunar Reclamation Society, LRS. Was served as the Wisconsin chapter of the Moon Society and of the National Space Society. Okay, that's what happened. It was, in fact, part of the Moon Society, but not the Moon Society. So this came out of a specific group in Wisconsin, which is where Peter Cook was. So yeah, I would recommend looking at these stuff, especially if you want us to read some of these issues. I didn't read past a certain point, maybe 90 something, mid 90s, but they were just chock full of great stuff. And look at the different graphics and things. And I'm sure it was dependent on who could do what, that right. You would see some various levels of professionalism, of kind of, good or bad.
Well, and these were made for online publication, therefore they have color. The original ones were meant to be photocopied off,
Look at this, lava tubes. They talk about lava tubes, legal issues. I think I'll leave this right here so I can look at them myself. Because again, I didn't see any lunar arts and crafts past somewhere in the 90s, I think. So it's really great that this is a long-running, very... they really did some cool things in these magazines and shared them with everybody. So if it's online, that makes it even easier for people to go back and look at now, because I'm sure some of the things that are in here are still relevant, or potentially on, idea inspiring.
Yeah, well, I'd imagine that unless they're talking about computers in the early ones, they're all relevant because rockets haven't changed fundamentally since then. I mean, nothing's really changed fundamentally since then, except for computing power.
And we have not been to the moon.
Right.
So there will be things in here that they talk about that can still apply to the place we have yet to go. So yeah, I think it's a great resource. And if you want to dig into it more, moonsociety.org. I give you the link in there. And of course, they're tied in with the National Space Society. So they actually have a lunar base and settlement library. Here's a picture of Peter Cook, actually. Cook Lunar Library. That's kind of cool. Welcome to the NSS Cook Lunar Library of Information on the Economic Development and Human Settlement of the Moon. Peter Cook, recipient of the NSS, that's National Space Society, Gerard K. O'Neill Memorial Award for Space Settlement Advocacy, has been publisher and editor of the Moon Miners Manifesto for 26 plus years. And he was a former president of the Moon Society. That sounds like the Moon Society overall, maybe. Moon Miners Manifesto has been edited and published by Peter Cook 10 times a year since '86. Presented here are chronological collections of non-time-sensitive articles from previous issues, 1 PDF collection per calendar year, and 2 collected articles by theme. And I think I might have opened that somewhere up here. So we'll see. But there's some other things in here. Paul Spudis, I remember him. Planetary geologist. And he was archived by the National Space Society and is an excellent resource on using the moon to learn how to live and work productively in space. And so on. And I expect they'll add to this if they find something that basically fits.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all really good stuff. So that it's kind of useful too, because then this brain trust isn't aging out, basically.
Right, because
additional papers.
One of the things that killed like any attempt to revive the Apollo program is that most of those people were gone or so old that they couldn't really, so they lost all of that, all of that experience is gone.
Yeah.
So Artemis is essentially trying to recreate what they did with essentially space shuttle technology.
Okay. All right. So I opened up one of the links from that previous page into here because look at return to NSS Cook Lunar Library. I see that these are
actual
looks like by
issues.
Year. Yeah, these are. Well, it's the whole year.
Oh, so, it's the whole year.
Well, 31 pages. That sounds kind of slim. Because if each one was like 20 pages and they were produced 10 times a year.
I'd say 16 pages are likely. Although there's no reason for them to stick with book registrations. It's just that that's what makes it.
Oh, but yeah.
It's too hard to staple through them if they're more than that.
Got it. Well, and it's possible that they actually picked the best, most evergreen pieces and pulled them out from there. I do have one or two of these open. But here you go. You've got many, many, many years of information.
Oh, and the lunar economy. So
263 pages. That's significant.
Yeah. Well, because they're pushing for a moon base. Well, why would someone do it? Because they can make money at it. That's.
So yeah, you need some kind of something. You get famous or you get rich or.
Yeah. And
or girls like you.
Or fame and, I climbed that mountain only get you so far. It might get you like a flag on, plant a flag there or, tag a rock or something like that on the moon. But that's about all it gets you. Unless you can make money at it, there aren't going to be companies that really want to put any money into it unless they can get money out.
So these are basically the Peter Cook years, 10 times a year from 86 to 2012. But there are versions of the same publication beyond that. And I'm just going to stop for a second to say thank you to Steamy Computer and IT Solutions. They are, in fact, sponsoring our Everyday Spacer programs now. So, yay. Thank you very much. So, I believe this was the first one. Yeah, year one. MMM, Moon Miners Manifesto, numbers 1 through 10. And as you see, it's only 31 pages. So, and of course, any kind of a publication at the beginning could be somewhat smaller than other ones later, just to get them out. Let's get this in a regular rotation. Let's find our footing. Let's put out some good stuff, get some feedback. And I think that's perfectly reasonable. But yeah, you want another comment? Hey, Daniel, welcome.
When an elder dies, a library has burned down, an African proverb.
Indeed. And again, very rough. I think the graphics were just very simple, and I don't think that was the focus of most of these. It had to do with more information and practical solutions to things. Here it is, Terra Lux, a unique underground home in the Kettle Moraine Hills region 25 miles northwest of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A tour of this home in May 1985 sparked the thinking outside the molehill box, brainstorming that gave birth to Moon Miners Manifesto a year later. I didn't know that. We didn't know.
Janie says, Peter Cook was born January 1st, 1937, and currently still lives in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Thank you, Janie. When you do some searching for somebody, you may or may not find anything. So thank you very much. That's great to hear. Yeah, 37. Wow. He's getting up there. So yeah, they just have years and years and years of these. Oh, is that that's okay. That might be an email for him, Peter Cook. But yeah, just wonderful material and some good pictures. It just depends. Just depends. Yeah, look at these graphics. Bringing the views underground, bringing the sunshine underground. Because probably on the moon, one of the best places to be is under the dirt, lava tubes, stuff like that.
Protects you from radiation if you're deep enough. Protects you from micrometeorites. If you're deep enough, protects you from the big ones too.
So I didn't delve into too much of this, but there's plenty of material if you are looking for something. I don't know that there's a good way to search the database, basically, of these Moon Miners Manifesto publications. But, you know, things change too. So maybe it's here, republished in July 2024. 2004, sorry. Well, that's kind of cool.
I would bet you could use ChatGPT to translate those into text.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Or it could basically survey the whole body of material. And then when you wanted to find out something, hey, has there ever been whatever? So, yeah.
Or, just have it extract things from this, yeah.
I mean, they covered all kinds of different things, kind of like we do. I mean, moon music. A few weeks ago, I took in an unusual concert at the Northern Illinois University DeKalb Steel Drum Band. Oh, that sounds amazing. Largest and oldest in the country was playing at the UWM, University of Wisconsin something? Milwaukee. I went to get a foretaste of moon music. Humor me a bit with these assumptions. Musical instruments will not be Upported. Okay, up the gravity well. Okay, from Earth to the moon base or settlement, too expensive. Yet the personnel or settlers will surely want to enliven their evenings with more than pre-recorded music. This means fashioning musical instruments out of lunar materials in the base or colony shops. Wow. What can they do without wood, without drum skins, without brass, which is a copper alloy? The Apollo's limited prospecting would indicate copper is no more than a trace element on the moon. Not being a fashioner of musical instruments by trade or hobby, I honestly don't know. But definitely one option is the West Indies steel drum, a cut-off 55-gallon drum whose bottom is then beat with a set of sledgehammers into a complex concave shape capable of sounding from 3 to 36 full, round, vibrant notes. Certainly assorted bells and cymbals, saws, xylophones, and even marimbas with metal, glass, or ceramic resonator tubes will work. That's kind of fascinating. I mean, Peter really dug into this and spanned a great many topics continually. And this just goes on. Bootstrap rockets. It's kind of nostalgic to look back at these things. I don't think I saw these in '86 when they began. It was probably a little bit later, closer to the '90s, I bet.
Yeah, I think I picked up an issue or two back then, but
yeah,
I didn't have I wasn't subscribed to it or anything.
Lunar architecture. Yeah, I don't remember if I was subscribed to it or not. Anyway, let's move on a bit because I think I have, this is kind of the most recent that I could find. Compilation of relevant articles from the Moon Miners Manifesto, first 25 years, issues 1 through 250. Every atom in our bodies except hydrogen has been forged in the fusion furnaces in the cores of stars long since exploded, peppering the interstellar gas clouds with them, clouds out of which future stars and their planets eventually formed. Love it. And so, as you can see, it's certainly a bit better production. They've got better pictures. They're not as pixelated. Oh, they got an index for this.
They've got a modern font.
Yep.
Doesn't look typewritten.
Yep. Looks like they've even kind of looked at some more modern concerns. This not quite so Milky Way of debris could quarantine us on Earth 4 millennia. Goodbye stars.
Well,
and
we
this,
talked about
yeah, we
that
did.
one.
But this was when? Some number of years ago. So not exactly new. Amateur astronomy from the moon. That's pretty cool. They've got a cross section of a telescope. So I just wanted to show you kind of the range of how the first ones kind of looked in this last compilation that I could find anyway is coming out. And it's 59 pages, so a little bit bigger. And then this looks like an original, online books library /upenn.edu. Unfortunately, this link, I have it here, but it is not working. It's the official Moon Miners Manifesto archive. Yeah, can't get it to work. But at some point, there was a cache of these things. Report a bad link. Probably should do that. I don't know how well this is monitored now, but they do talk about the years 86 to 92, 95 to 97. 95 was the year we did, Don was helping too, the ISDC in Cleveland. So yeah, right in there was definitely the timing for getting the Moon Miners Manifesto. What did I put here? Oh, this is kind of an interesting page, moonmanifesto.com. So it has, like, here's 2023. So something was happening with them as late as 2023. I just haven't seen anything since then. August 11th, 2023. So they probably had meetings. I haven't fully explored this whole site, but Moon Miners, now this is not a clickable link, it doesn't look like, but it might at some point or somewhere, sometime, gone to the archive of these magazines. I'm not sure. Yeah, 2021, 2021. So they were doing things long past the point which I remember. You gotta?
No.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, this whole group of people were really, there's a good picture of Peter. Oh, clickable even. Peter Cook, lifetime member number 2 of the National Space Society and author of Pioneer's Guide to the Moon. Peter Cook is the founder of Moon Miners Manifesto and served as its editor for its first 301 issues. Oh, it's an interview with him. We asked him a few questions about the Apollo program. What are your thoughts on this anniversary of Apollo landing? That means 50th. Yeah, July 2019. It is a crime for Congress to have killed 3 additional Apollo missions to more interesting parts of the moon. I guess he had an opinion. So this would be good to read.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like fun. And just all kinds of different pieces to this. This is kind of the more modern magazine-looking website, and I'm not a big fan of it. Oh, and there's more pages. Okay, do we get another?
Oh yeah, Cliff.
Oh boy.
Speaking of telescope,
You're gonna torture me too?
did you get your job built?
Well, they sent me a whole new box.
Yeah, so
It's
hopefully this one doesn't have broken pegs on it, or at least if something's broken, if it's a different piece and she can mix and match to get a fully functional.
Basically the same thing. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, isn't that interesting? Okay. Well, that's what I have for the Moon Miners Manifesto, and I think Jeff has a bunch of stuff too. Are you ready to?
Yep.
Well, let's see if you can share it. Yep, there it is. Okay, good.
Okay, so we asked a bunch of questions, and they weren't all answered by doing Moon Miners Manifesto. So I figured I'd ask the questions, see what we found, and well, there's a whole lot more here than I think I'm gonna share in the last half of this episode, but I want to cover the questions just to make sure. And there's definitely enough stuff here. Quite frankly, we could do an episode around each of these questions.
Oh, very cool.
That's
good. We may do that someday.
Yeah. So the first question is, why should we mine the moon? Well,
you want to bigify it?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's better. Thank you.
Resources. Water ice can be converted to hydrogen and oxygen for fuel.
Yep, rocket fuel.
We can drink water. We can breathe oxygen.
Yep.
It's
handy stuff.
Handy stuff, yes. Rare earth metals are available there. Now, from what they've seen so far, and it's not like we have a really good survey of there, they're only available really in trace amounts spread out over the surface. But, you know, hey, if you're mining something else and you end up with some rare earth elements also, that's good. The other thing is that once we're actually down there and can do proper surveys, there might be concentrations that we just haven't seen. I mean, that's actually likely. It's unlikely that everything's homogeneously mixed, you know, but
yeah, I don't know. It took a pretty good bash at the early.
Oh, it actually condensed out of the pretty good bash.
Yeah.
But so helium-3 potential fuel for clean fusion energy. You know, so if you want to play with fusion, it's a way of, you know, of doing a much more likely to succeed version of fusion.
Okay. I think I've seen a chart of, you know, all the different concentrations of things they saw, because there have been
well, and they have
some surveys
done some orbital mapping missions.
Yeah. But that doesn't tell us what's under the surface.
Right. Yeah, that tells us the surface. They did find water and other things that, you know, resonate with, you know, magnetic fields and stuff like that, or, you know, affect magnetic fields deeper. And so they have found pockets of water and or other conductive things. You know, so it could be iron, but not as likely. So, you know, also mining the moon could support future space exploration, because of course it's a whole lot cheaper to pop something off the moon than it is to pop it off the Earth.
Yep. It's a bigger gravity well here.
Yep.
Than up there.
One of the things that could be a potential issue, they keep talking about lunar, you know, cislunar orbits, you know, orbiting around the moon. Apparently, that's not simple.
Oh, interesting.
Because the moon has a relatively low gravity compared to the Earth. So the Earth kind of, you know how things can bump things in our orbit? You know, just, you know, basically the moon can tug on satellites and they have to correct every once in a while.
You mean the Earth?
No. In satellites that are in Earth orbit are sometimes tugged by the moon, and they have to correct for it. Well, the Earth is bigger,
yes,
and the moon is smaller. So something around the moon will be tugged by the Earth and the sun a whole lot more than they will by, you know, than stuff orbiting the Earth. So lunar orbits won't be quite as stable long term. They'll take maintaining.
Okay.
So, you know, doable, but not. And what does? Yeah.
Oh, we haven't seen this one?
Not yet.
It's the Helium-3 that is going to be a huge money maker.
Yes. Currently, only because it's super rare on Earth. Now, how much do you actually need? Right now, it's only a little bit for research. If we actually get fusion going, and it's actually useful for it, and fusion actually produces more than it takes to make the fusion.
Net gain.
Yeah, it has a net gain in more than like a, you know, small fraction of, you know, you need, you know, this much net gain, not this much, to make it economical. But if that happens, then yes, we will need helium-3 in more than we can find on Earth. So economic and strategic advantages. Mining the moon presents opportunity for international cooperation. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see the flip side of that one. But hey, let's keep our rose-colored glasses on.
Right.
Technological innovation, yes. I mean, think of everything that came out of the Apollo program that we got.
Which is tons.
Yeah, think of everything that currently comes out of the space program. I mean, that's, we will learn stuff, because operating machinery on the moon isn't quite as simple as operating on the Earth. For one thing, we're used to having a much heavier gravity keeping things down. You know, you don't have to necessarily make sure that something stays down unless it's really energetic. On the moon, it doesn't take much movement to pop something off of where it's
Yes.
resting. They'll have to bolt things, you know.
Yeah, just throw some regolith into the back of the bed.
Yeah.
Let's say you're driving a
Right. But
pickup truck
it'll
across
have less effect than, you know. So it's not, none of that's insurmountable, but we'll learn stuff doing that.
Yeah, I just think we'll get used to it.
Right. Yeah. And there are other things like, you know, lack of air, you know. Some gearing likes to have a little bit of air involved.
It doesn't like all the dust.
Grease does not like a vacuum.
Oh, it doesn't.
No, you grease the gears, and that grease will spread all over the darn thing. It does not like vacuum. It likes microgravity even less, but we'll see if the moon has enough gravity for that. You know,
I still think we'll get used to it. We'll work around it.
Well, and that's where innovations will come from.
Yes.
Is that we will need to innovate some in order to solve those problems.
Yeah.
And
I mean, look at all we've gotten. I mean, this sort of technology right here.
Yep.
You can thank the space program.
Yep.
From tennis shoes to boats to electronics, everything.
Not having to open up a physical paper map all the time is space program. Relying on that drives you into a lake, but
oh, you're referring to GPS. Okay.
Yes.
Or the one, my famous one: turn left, turn right, turn left.
Yeah.
I threw it on the floor.
Yeah.
Found the place myself.
Yeah. Another one is, you know, again, pie in the sky, but it's likely true.
You back on your page?
Sustainable practices.
Okay.
Because quite frankly, it costs so much to bring stuff there that you better make whatever you bring last.
I like it.
Once you're done with it, what else can it be used for?
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, because here there's like this planned obsolescence now, so that you have to go buy a new one.
Right. Yeah.
When it doesn't last 100 years. I mean, that's
and there
ridiculous.
won't be a lot of plastic in space around the moon because carbon is actually rare on the lunar surface. Carbon and nitrogen, but that doesn't really matter for plastics so much. But
you need nitrogen to grow plants.
Right, yeah. But carbon is actually fairly rare. It's in trace amounts on the moon. Now, it's possible that there are pockets of it. We might be able to find pockets of it, but it's in trace amounts. So plastics are almost out. You have to lift those up to the moon. Okay.
I think I remember this. Dan says step 1 of Marshall Savage's Millennial Project 8 Easy Steps was Aquarius, an oceanic floating civilization that funds the Bifrost Bridge, a mass driver laser launch system. Still good ideas from 1994.
Yeah.
I think I remember that. It's a huge poster, right?
Yeah.
I probably have one somewhere. And I've seen an amended one at a conference.
Mm-hmm.
So you got more?
Yeah. Oh, lots. we could go on for a very long time. So I'm just going to blow through these a little bit fast. And like I said, we might do another episode digging into.
Nice picture. Look at that.
If there's something here that you really want us to dig into, let us know. Because there are so many different topics here that we'll just call this episode a survey. But if there's something that really interests you, we'll dig into that one.
That's always true.
Yeah. So what can we use the moon's resources for? That's, again, water production, oxygen extraction, construction materials, the regolith directly, separating out certain things out of the regolith. Because I've got, scientific and research exploration. Now here is good old wiki.
Beautiful picture.
Yep. This is actually a mining, survey, orbital survey of
so
the moon.
They basically color the different.
They've color coded, spectral filters, and they use this to determine what's on the surface. Again, only the surface. This is surface mapping. So most of this is, lunar rock that's been uncovered or lunar dust that's been scattered. So, and so there's a lot of stuff here. Now here are the resources. Solar power. Well, okay, yeah. There's no air in the way, so it works really good as long as the moon's pointed at the sun for that half of the month.
Right.
You know, you're gonna have to do something for
the
for
poles
about 12 days.
The poles could possibly do something too.
Yeah.
Or differentials, that kind of thing.
But here's what they found: silica, aluminum, lime, which is calcium oxide, iron oxide. No, there are a lot of oxides here. So, this aluminum oxide.
So that's oxygen tied up, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. So if you want any of these, you also get oxygen.
Oh yeah, I see every single one of those has an O in it.
Yeah. Magnesium oxide, because most of these metals are reactive, and so it's the lower energy state is to bind with oxygen.
Got it.
That's why things burn. Titanium dioxide, got a couple of them in it. Sodium oxide. So there's a lot of oxygen bound up.
Yeah, every single one has an O in the formula.
Now the oxygen is like, if you're going for oxygen, you might as well mine water. But if you're going for any of these, you might as well take the free oxygen.
Hells yeah.
But so these are the things that we know we can get in quantity on the moon.
And they give you the percentages too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So composition and Maria, this is where they actually extracted some rocks. So and the highlands. So these are two different locations that they extracted minerals from, and that's what they found in them. Solar power, nuclear power. Well, there's not a lot of fissionables up there, because the moon was theoretically created by the lighter elements of the Earth that got blown off and weren't heavy enough to come back down into what made the Earth. So, so there's not going to be a lot of heavy stuff on there. But if you take up, fissionables, it's not like there's a lot of people around to be harmed by it. It's not like it's going to get into the water supply, because there isn't one. Pollution is essentially littering up there. There's no environment to damage. I mean, not an environment. It's soft vacuum and dust and rock. But oxygen, basically, like I said, oxygen's in just about everything up there.
I think the question is going to become, what's the most easy to extract it from?
Right.
What's the
water? These are actual images of the pole, and this is 40 seconds there. Oh, this is a whole big thing. I thought it was just talking about showing that thing, but let's see.
Oh, there we go.
This is ice on the moon. This is South Pole, and these are craters that are basically permanently shaded. So the ice is not boiled off by the sun.
It's basically sitting there frozen.
Right.
Ready for us to come and collect. Oh, I got a comment. You ready?
Yep.
Let's see. And they have only scratched the surface of the moon. Wait till they can dig a test bore.
Right.
That will probably surprise all.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Because we just don't know. I mean, we can make some guesses because some of the rocks were thrown up by meteor impacts. So we've got some idea, but only from the spot where the rocks got blasted from. Again, it's not a good a mining survey of a mountain range makes test bores every so far close together in order to figure out where things are in it. Here we've got a few test bores in a couple of spots. That's not enough to really know.
Well, and I think X-rays are going to become useful out there too.
Yep.
I think we've done that to Venus
Yep.
to get through the atmosphere on Venus, though.
Yep. Hydrogen is also, like, anywhere you've got water, you've got hydrogen. It's also in a lot of places too, because hydrogen hits, from the solar winds, hydrogen hits the moon, gets embedded in stuff.
Oh, interesting.
So just by cooking some of the minerals, you'll get some hydrogen out of them.
Heck, it might have bored into the the planet, into the body of the moon, because it does do that.
Right, but it doesn't. It gets less every fraction of an inch. It gets less likely for it to get farther than that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah, that makes sense.
while there is possibility that some hydrogen's there, yeah, no. Iron, iron, and here are the minerals that these are found in. A lot of calcium, aluminum, oxygen. This mineral is iron, magnesium, calcium.
What's the column in grayed out? What's
this
the name of the column?
This is the mineral.
Mineral elements, lunar rock appearance. Okay.
Yeah. So this, these are the things that you can actually dig up.
Olivine.
Yeah, olivine is there. Limonite, limonite, I think. Iron, titanium. So we do have titanium there, and oxygen. So
we could do something with the moon.
Yeah. Yeah. And silicon, lots of silicon.
And that was part of what the Moon Miners Manifesto was exploring. What's there? What can we do with the moon? And I'm sure over the years they found out more and more, so they would write more and more interesting articles.
They did find thorium there. So possibly we could make thorium reactors and fuel them from the moon.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's...
and again, like Cliff was saying, stay tuned, because who knows what we're going to find in the future.
Yeah. Rare earth elements. Again, I don't know that there's concentrations of them, but when you're mining other stuff, you'll probably come up with some of those. Helium-3. Yep. Again, you won't find huge amounts of it, but it's so valuable that you can process acres of moon dust to get a couple bottles of helium-3 and actually still make money with it. That is something.
Yeah. Did they ever figure out why the moon's seismographs rang for hours like a bell during the Apollo impacts? Oh, that's a really good question. I feel like they did, but I couldn't tell you how I know that.
Yeah, and I can't.
Why I think that.
I can't tell you, but here's my thought. There's no water or atmosphere on the moon to have something that dampens stuff. So it's hitting, like it's going back and forth through the moon, and there's no way for that energy to really get out. It just has to degrade over time. The wavelength gets wider and wider until essentially it's gone. But it's not like when the moon rings the outer surface of it, it's not like it's giving that energy to an atmosphere or anything, because that's what we hear, and so it would just have to be entropy that takes it out, not like the energy is going somewhere else.
Close got one too. You ready?
Yeah.
There will be a lot of stuff, as most stuff would burn up in our atmosphere on entry.
Yeah. A lot of stuff from from comets, asteroids, and stuff like that.
Yes. Got it. Okay. Yeah, it's been cached there.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't evaporate. It doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't. What do
they
call it when the erodes? It doesn't erode.
Yeah. So
just gets bombarded.
Yeah. So carbon and nitrogen not found it's found in trace amounts. So unfortunately, it means that we'll have to bring nitrogen from Earth if we want to grow stuff. So, any chemistry that we want that uses nitrogen, we'll pretty much have to bring up.
Got it.
Same thing with carbon.
Yeah, anything you plant's going to need. I think there's a three-letter thing, PKN.
Yeah.
Potassium.
Yeah. I haven't seen much about
phosphorus, nitrogen.
Yeah, I haven't seen much about potassium in this stuff either. But carbon, so what it means is that you want, now this isn't for the near term, but once you've got, an actual moon base going with people on it, one of the ways to make money is to ship wood up there. This is going to be rare. That's, if you want a wooden chair or a wooden desk, that's money. That's going to be serious money.
Yeah. That's why there's helium-3 on the moon, the bombardments.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, they talk about regolith for construction. So then they talked about what we've done to find the stuff, and they list the missions. So that's all good. Extraction methods. Yeah. Haven't quite figured those out. Lots of ideas, but no one's, of course, had a chance to practice them. Legal status of mining. I've got a number of different articles about that. It's iffy. Basically, I like the hollow moon speculation, but the mass and gravity probably precludes it. It does.
Yeah.
The hollow moon would have to have really heavy elements in it in order to make the moon weigh as much as it does. I mean, because essentially the size and mass of the moon means that it's basically mostly silicon. That's essentially it. It's a good chunk silicon.
Okay.
Yeah, Cliff.
Oh. As long as it's good, bud.
Yeah.
Okay. I think there'll be a lot of things that could be imported to the moon that would be massive money makers.
Right.
Oh, excuse me.
Now, for the legal status of mining, and I have other articles on it, but it's getting a little bit long. Yeah, it's getting a little bit long. So I'll just go out of this wiki page that hits on it. 1967 Outer Space Treaty, which basically means that no one, and they were talking about governments, but I don't know that they specified it to governments. No one can own celestial bodies. So you can't own the moon. You can't own Mars. You can't own an asteroid. Now.
That's pretty old.
Mm-hmm.
That might change.
Right, yeah. And
Don's got a comment too. So.
Oh, go ahead.
We can use those hollow lava tubes.
Yes, we can. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of people have proposed that. Also, some of the hollow lava tubes have holes that have fallen in because a meteor just happened to hit right over a lava tube.
Or it fell in.
Or it fell in.
They've seen pieces in the inside.
Yeah. So you can use the lava tubes and then use that hole for getting light or egress and an exit. You don't have to dig down to them. You can just launch down to them or use an elevator to get down there.
So a home on the moon is halfway built because there's a lava tube.
Yep. Yeah. Now you can't build a couple of walls to block off a section of lava tube and fill it with air and just live in it like that. Because from what I've seen in other sources, the walls of there have enough cracks in them that they're not airtight. So you'd still have to build structures in there. But it'd keep, those structures wouldn't have to be necessarily bulletproof because there's a bunch of moon between you and the space bullets. So yeah.
Someone new, Crunch de Grace Hopper. Don't we in North America have a full lunar eclipse upcoming?
Yes.
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 Stand by.
Yep. So there's also, there are also other space treaties, but essentially you can't own the moon. But common interpretation is if you put the effort into mining it, you own what you pulled out of it. Oh. Now that's only interpretation. It's not actually in the law. And here's going to be essentially the law of the moon.
Finders keepers.
Yeah. Make me. I mean, that's going to be the law of the moon. It's going to be
for a while.
Yeah. You say I can't do that. Okay, stop me.
Kind of like the Wild Wild West. You got to come find me first.
Here's what it could do: is it could slow down resource extraction on the moon because they might make it illegal to bring the resources back to Earth. In fact, NASA kind of has a thing of, they own all lunar rocks, no matter who brings them down, essentially. So that'll probably change soon. But in any
You
case,
try to tell the Chinese that.
right? Yeah.
They ain't gonna give up their rocks.
Right. And so,
honestly, they're rocks.
yeah, but so there probably won't be a lot of bringing minerals back to the Earth. For one thing, how do you get the minerals back to Earth? Well, you could railgun them to the Earth. Okay, you're now shooting the Earth with big bullets. That's probably,
That will be frowned upon, I'm sure.
yes. Here's the place of craters where they're delivering stuff. I don't think that's a going concern. Because I don't think they want railguns on the moon, because at least some of the people out there making laws have read Heinlein.
Ooh, would a lava tube subway on the moon be a moon-o-rail?
Yeah. The British will actually have a field day because they'll call it the tube.
They will.
Um,
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
They already call it the tube.
Yeah. But,
London.
yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. They'll be happy because they don't have to change their terminology.
Tube on the moon.
Yeah.
The moon tube.
So.
Because if you just say the tube.
Yeah. So they're saying that, there are laws that apply, but they don't really, because they're
either enforcing them. How do you enforce that?
Yeah, they're unenforceable. They're too broad. They're essentially, the laws are you can't do anything. So people are going to ignore them or amend them, or haven't even signed them, like China. I don't think Russia signed the latest one.
So sorry, Cliff.
Yeah.
What did you buy?
Yeah, but
rain for the next few days. Well, the eclipse isn't really visible there, so yeah.
So
you're okay.
Except
for stars,
like Russia wants the moon to be governed by the UN. It's like, no, that's not going to happen. No one's going to stand for that. No one who puts the effort into getting up there is going to let the UN and come over there and say, no, you have to give most of that to these other countries. No, that's not going to happen. Now they do say that bases can have an area of protection so that you can't land something near someone else's base because you might damage their base.
Well, or their research projects.
Right, or their research projects or whatever.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah, but you can ring a resource with your research projects and thus make it,
It's essentially your turf.
Right. But again, here's the thing. Stop me. Who's going to stop someone from actually doing that?
Yeah, I am completely surprised that we aren't in a second space race, because how aggressive China has been in
we are
getting out there and getting to the moon. And I think Jared recognizes that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We are. I mean, heck.
We are, but nobody knows it.
Blue Origin has had plans, for putting base on the moon. And finally, Elon Musk, who probably can't stand to be one-upped by Bezos, has decided he's got his own plans to now put bases on the moon.
Whatever.
But,
it's okay. Good.
Those are both, I think, more likely than NASA to put something on the moon.
And that's the kind of space race I like, actually. Mm-hmm. It's a competition thing, which works very well in all kinds of other situations. How many big, beautiful cars do we have that run efficiently? And, I mean, think about almost any kind of product that you could possibly imagine that we have. Is like, yeah, oh boy, here we go. Every flat earther knows the moon is a Dyson sphere. What?
Or a disc, or a
what?
Yeah, whatever.
Sphere? I think of that as something else than you think of it.
If you think too hard
certainly the
about
flat earthers.
If you think too hard about it, you'll never be able to understand the way a flat earther thinks.
I met one. I asked what they thought anyway.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was fascinating.
So, if you think too hard, you can't think like a flat earther.
Oh, I see. Am I sharing again?
Yeah,
okay.
I just want to quickly hit on these. Like I said, we can talk more about these later. Private companies or organizations focused on getting to the moon, NASA and China. Private companies, there's a company called Lunar Outpost, Mast and Space Systems.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good to see that name again.
Yep. iSpace.
That's
is Europe and Japan.
Ah, okay.
Astrobiotic, based in Pittsburgh. Astrobiotic is developing landers and rovers.
Cool.
Interlon is working on technologies to extract helium-3 from lunar soil. So Interlon will probably be really useful once we get there.
You ready for a couple more comments?
Sure.
All right. Have you seen the AI simulation of the rotating slinger of payloads to space? No. I'm awaiting their reply as to whether such a catapult wouldn't be much more valuable if moon-based.
Yes, I have seen them.
Like you saw that, okay?
And
send me a link.
I haven't seen the AI simulation. I've seen, other simulations of it. The trouble with the slinger is that it has to deal with our atmosphere.
Well, that's what they're saying.
Right. With the moon, they don't have to worry about that. So it's much more likely to happen. Now, the one thing though is that the resources to make something like that, to make it strong enough to do that, they might as well just make a mass driver on the moon to launch stuff off, because then it doesn't have to. You don't have to worry about its orbit. You don't have to worry about it being shifted by flinging its mass. You're going to move it slightly. You're going to move its center of mass slightly, and so it's going to move. It's will take a lot of maintenance. A railgun mounted on the surface of the moon can brace itself against the moon. It's not going anywhere relative to the moon, and you can just keep doing it. I think while the catapult might be more efficient in the long run, I don't think we'll build it until we've got enough infrastructure to really want it, to decide that, yes, it's worth building just for the incremental savings. I think we're going to just launch stuff off of the moon, either with rockets, which I don't like, or a mass driver that isn't too strong, but can get stuff into lunar orbit.
Okay, we got a bunch more here. So love this, Naomi. And I've been laughing this whole time because of it. If you think too hard, you'll create a problem that wasn't there in the first place.
Yeah.
If it's not a saying, it should be. My feed just went back 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, we have trouble getting over the spin launch. Yes, the rotating catapult.
Okay, that's what we're talking about here.
Dan, I don't know if spin launch is that version of it, but spin launch has been around was around a while ago. I don't know if they're still around, but yeah, there's more than one group talking about it. But
good,
I've seen essentially PowerPoints on it since the 80s or 90s. It's not a new idea. It's just an idea that some young guy finds an article on it and does a paper on it, and gets his degree based on it. Everyone's about every generation or so.
We call those cartoons over Boeing.
Yeah. So
what else you got, Jeff?
Let's see. Okay, so Forbes has a list of startups.
Nice.
So again, they do a lot of talking. They're talking about Interlon here, basically about helium-3, because that's Forbes sees that as the real money maker there. And you know what? Helium-3 is a gas. It's not a mineral, so it's not a rock. So you can just thumb your nose at NASA.
Got it.
A list of private spaceflight companies, and these are for space mining. If you notice, half of these are either canceled or defunct.
Yeah,
but there are
Deep Space Industries was some of the guys I knew.
Astroforge, which wasn't on the previous list. Huntington Beach. It's in development.
That's close to us. Moon
Express wasn't on that list, but it got the Lunar X Prize in 2000.
I see.
iSpace, which they did talk about.
Right.
Shackleton's gone. Planetary Resources is gone.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I remember about them too.
Yeah. So
I think got some of the same people.
Yeah. What laws and ethics? Well, the laws we covered, ethical considerations. I mean, most of these ethical considerations are, it's greed. It's like, if you take it off the moon, then someone can't take it off the moon later. Yes, that's how mining works.
Even on Earth.
Yeah, but if you take it off the moon, you can then reach the asteroid field.
Yeah, I have two kind of conflicting ideas about that. I mean, it is basically just a bunch of rocks and dust, but it is a beautiful celestial body in our
you probably
solar
don't
system.
want to, build an open pit mine on the near side of the moon,
or take too much, because that's what helps us stop wobbling.
We can't. I mean, as until we're a type 1 or type 2 civilization, we can't take enough for that to matter.
Okay,
but
good.
Still part of this whole thing of don't take resources off the moon is kind of like, well, you're taking resources every time you draw in a breath. You're taking oxygen in. If you use that thank you. Yeah, so if you use that ethical reasoning, you shouldn't be allowed to breathe either. I mean, so neither.
Yeah, can't really sustain that.
Yeah. This is something that I found. How soon can a moon economy begin? Now, this is something I do want to share with you.
Cool.
Space.com had an article on DARPA Field Guide. This is produced by DARPA. Note this article, October 5th, 2025. So this is recent.
Oh, and Leonard David. Good.
Yeah. And this is Air University hosts this download for it. And the article itself, 237 pages.
Wow.
This is big. This is at least one episode just talking about this.
Yeah, wow. Sounds good.
They get into basically all of it and the whys and how to like step by step it.
We can mine our episode.
Yes. So this is biomanufacturing in space and the lunar surface. Some things that we grow wants to have gravity. Now, is lunar gravity enough for it? We don't know, but we'll see. Actually, they're thinking that gravity is needed for fetuses to develop properly.
Well, and here's the thing. I think plants, animals, people, whatever we take up there with us will adapt.
Right.
I got some more comments for you.
Yeah. Okay.
I showed Cliff's was first episode of Space 1999.
Yep, I love that one.
Yeah, very good.
Except for, okay, go ahead. Let's show it, Jans.
Helium-3 is an extremely scarce and valuable isotope, with current market prices often cited at approximately $20 million per kilogram. That's 1,000 grams. What's a kilogram?
No, a kilogram is 1,000 grams. So
I'm just trying to think. I think, does a dime weigh a gram?
No, I don't
1,000 dimes.
Well, let me put it this way: there are
2.2 pounds.
There are 2.2 kilograms in a pound.
Oh, or the other way?
Yeah.
I don't know. Thank you for that, Dan. Amazing support and research.
Yeah.
From all of you.
So think, no, other way around. 2.2 pounds per kilogram. I can't remember now, but it's either half pound or 2 pounds. I don't.
Not
remember.
Much.
Yeah. But
not much. 20 million per.
And it's the scarcity that gives it that price. So the first few loads off of the moon will get that price. Then they'll get less.
Well, but then there's
2.2 pounds per kilogram. So
yeah. Oh, 2.2 pounds per kilogram. Okay.
Yeah. So
I knew it was one or the other.
2 pounds of helium-3 is
like a package of ground beef.
Yeah.
And that'll be even more expensive on the moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously though, that the capital investment though to get that going is insane. So they will still charge a lot of money for a long time.
Yeah.
Metro country.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could be British and use both.
And stone. Don't forget stone.
Yeah. Yeah. How much is that in stones? Like,
I remember that from living there. Like, yeah. Whatever stone.
Okay. So
okay.
I am going to.
Oh, he's got more. Oh, you're sharing that? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to share the article, the DARPA article.
Good. And get that link in there? Yay.
Yeah. So that is the link for not the article itself, but for the website that
oh, and it's stuck together. Yay.
Yeah. So There we go.
That's always nice.
And
should be a clickable link in there.
I've got a heck of a lot more, but we've gone over an hour, so I think we'll cut it there.
Okay, you want to check your list here? Do you want to?
I ran through the list.
You did. Okay.
Yeah, I made sure that I hit the list.
So, and I kind of just wanted to summarize things with, and I saw this. Peter Cook took simulated regolith. In other words, everything you can find here on Earth that looks like and acts like the dirt on the moon.
Basically, cooked up some regolith.
Yeah, that you to do stuff with. I remember seeing paint. He painted things with it. I remember bricks, and I'm sure there were more. It's Saturday afternoon for him. He's got time.
Yeah.
But our friends on the East Coast are looking at 1:11 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, I mean, the Moon Miners Manifesto could be a good resource for these folks have done this stuff, and here's what you can. It's a nice starting point.
Yeah.
For going further with. I think it's a good foundation for looking at to explore other ideas
and
involving the moon.
Think of the DARPA thing as Moon Miners Manifesto with government funding.
Yeah, but they did a heck of a lot without government funding.
Yeah.
In the magazine, and it was a whole bunch of different people at different times. It was not just Peter.
Right.
It was a lot of Peter, but it was some other things. All right, so this year we are building products and services for you. What would you like to see in the Everyday Spacer store? And I'm gonna share this again. Where'd it go? Did I kill it? Yes, I killed it. This thing. Okay. Wait. It's got to be shared too, right? Oh my goodness. Remove yours. Share mine. Add to stage. There it is. So this is something I created. It's you got two of them on one page. You can cut it up and put it into the Farmer's Almanac and carry it along as a bookmark. It really works as a bookmark. Let's see if I can zoom into it a little bit, because it goes with this one, and actually that's the only Farmer's Almanac left, isn't it? So yeah, think of things like if you ever sit there and go, gosh, I wish there was. That's a great example of the things that maybe we could create for you. So yeah, go ahead and stop hearing. Let's see, I covered that. I'm going to go into some stellar events this week, February 27th through March the 6th. And February 27th, that's tonight, Jupiter and the moon are in conjunction. I don't know if you got out there to see that, but it's really beautiful. Jupiter's 4 degrees south of the moon. Yeah, see, that's not what it looked like to me, but it changes over the night. Pollux is 3 degrees north of the moon. March 2nd, the moon is at descending node. And Regulus is 0.4 degrees south of the moon. That ought to be a conjunction, right? Or not conjunction, occultation.
Maybe. It doesn't always, yeah.
That's pretty close, though. March the 3rd is the full worm moon eclipse and an eclipse.
That's what makes those lava tubes. Oh, giant moon worms.
Oh, boy.
I read a book about that.
No. What?
Yeah. Major Matt Mason.
Science fiction, got it.
It was, it was a little big book for kids.
God. The total eclipse of the moon is on March the 3rd. This eclipse is visible. I'm just going to read it right out of what I got from the Farmer's Almanac, the old Farmer's Almanac. It's visible from North America, although it is best observed from central or western North America, because the moon will set during the umbral phase when observed from eastern North America. The moon will enter the penumbra at 3:44 a.m. Eastern time, which is midnight 44 Pacific time, and umbra at 4:50 a.m. Eastern, which is 1:50 here. So late. It's gonna be a late occurrence. It will leave umbra at 8:17 a.m. Eastern time, 5:17 a.m. These things last for hours. And the penumbra at 9:23 a.m. Eastern, which is 6:23 a.m. Pacific time. So basically a lot of the night, especially out here. So yeah, but it's kind of nice because it's not just like, it doesn't just skim the outer, not very dark section. It will get darker. Just like, oh wait, I've got a nice view of the moon and Mercury last week. Yay! Mercury was negative 0.5. Nice. Just like Dune. All right, and Jeff read off the other calendar, the Hawaii and the Pacific Ocean have a pretty good shot at seeing this one.
Yeah, because apparently you can still see it from Hawaii, and Pacific Ocean between here and there,
Yeah, it usually covers a huge footprint, unlike the solar eclipses. All right, so March 4th is the moon is on the equator. March 6th, Spica is 1.8 degrees north of the moon. March 6th is also our Friday night show. We're going to try something else from the audience suggestions. Let's see how that goes. Find us Fridays at 9 p.m. Pacific time on the Everyday Spacer Facebook page and the Everyday Spacer YouTube channel. What inspires you the most for the coming week? And we got... Oh, wait. Do you want to talk about that one?
Oh.
Let me cue it up. Hold on. Because I put it here. Yeah.
Gonna show your screen.
I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
There it is.
We found this. When a celestial escaped to Mauna Kea at a private Q&A with Bill Nye. And so this is a raffle. Now they do, you buy them, you can buy like 18 entries for $25, etc. But there is no donation necessary to enter right there. So you can probably get a ticket for free. I don't know exactly.
And that's what it looks like.
Yep. Alternate methods. So,
I am human.
So no robots are allowed.
Oh, donations made. I guess it's a donation for the Planetary Society.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
If you want to get something out of your donation too.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. All right. So let's see. Do we want to grab that?
Yeah.
Let me grab that link.
Yeah.
I'll grab which one should I grab?
The go back one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where you start. This looks long though. I hope it doesn't break. It's really long.
Oh, it did break.
It did.
So you'll have to copy paste those together into your browser. But Cliff said it's been raining for a few days and it's not going away. That would be just right. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. So here, your part's next. I can do this.
Okay. So if you or someone you know has done something interesting involving space exploration, science, or astronomy, we'd love to share our live. Join us again next Friday, March 6th. Join us. Thanks to Sally for suggesting this topic. She sent a link to a video she found interesting and thought it might make a good episode. The title is Quantum Foam and Photons, What the Fabric of Space-Time is Made of. So looks like we'll find out March 6th. And
we saw a part of it, and
yeah.
I immediately thought of a book called Universal Foam by Sidney Perkowitz. And I have that link for you if you want to kind of look into that. And well, that's why I wanted to share the other links so they can watch the video too.
Yeah, so it's right down there. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Right,
share. It says share.
Yeah.
Imagine that. So the book was first, and the video that we're going to review, and there may be some more digging into it. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah. So basically, we wanted to give you guys a chance to see the video too, because that way we could have more of a discussion about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll
if you're so inclined,
we'll summarize it for those who haven't seen it, and if you have seen it, we'll talk about it.
I'm at the top of the list, so watch it.
So Naomi says, sounds really interesting. Yeah, to us too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Cliff.
Oh, thank you, Cliff.
Yeah.
That's very nice of you to say. Oh, no.
And Naomi says, thank you and Jeff. You have a great night or day all.
What did Truman used to say? Good morning, good night, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Good afternoon and good night.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you being here. That was Don and Cliff, and that's Roger, Janie,
Naomi. And
we didn't see Scott though. We missed Scott.
No, there was a new.
Yeah, someone new, but I don't think it's Scott.
No.
Dan's here.
Yeah. Crunch D Grace Hopper.
Sorry, we don't know who you are, but if you want to tell us, that's cool too.
Yep.
But we're glad you're here.
Yep.
To anybody else? Did I miss anybody?
Nope, I don't think so.
It is always a better show when you are here because you find.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. Thank you, Don.
Yeah. And like I said, there's enough stuff that I wasn't able to really cover well that I want to do another episode on it at some point, just to dig into some of those.
Yeah, any of them, all
topics.
of them.
So.
Yeah, I think we've talked to everybody. Thank you
Yep.
so much for being here. It's always a better show when you're here.
Yep.
You look for things, you find things, you enhance all of our experience.
Yep.
And yeah, please come back again.
And this show itself, we didn't really hit on it, but some people have said that they wanted to see something on mining the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And since it was long-term interest of mine too, it's like, well, of course we're going to do that.
Yeah, I'm just going down the list. Unless we get a speaker or we have something newsworthy to talk about.
Yeah.
Which we kind of sometimes do.
Yeah. We've got basically ideas that we've come up with, and we've got a list of ideas that you've come up with, and this one happened to be on both lists.
And we can always go through an old episode and, like tonight's and find out tons more. And sometimes you tell us things too. Yep. So I think Daniel had one in this very episode, so we'll have to go back and look for it. Mm-hmm. So anyway, have a great week, folks. Yep. If you're in a cold zone, stay warm. If it's 91 degrees, sorry.
Yeah, if you're in 91 degrees, stay cool.
It's here today, 91.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. I don't think I have anything else. Do you have anything else? Do you have anything else? We will continue to watch for your comments.
Yep.
Good night. Have a great week, folks.
Yep. Stay safe out there, folks.
See you next Friday.